Hello everyone, this is Brian Hawkins, Head of Optimization Technology here at AdSwerve. I am here today to talk about a very exciting feature that was released in the MiaProva application first thing this morning and is now available for all of our customers to use. Very, very excited about this new feature. This new feature is called Journey Recommendations, and I'm going to demo it here on the call here today. But this is our first investment. We've been working on incorporating AI in MiaProva for several months, and we have an impressive, you're going to get lots of videos over the coming weeks. We've got a dozen or so different features coming over the next 2 months or so. This is our first foray into incorporating AI into MiaProva, and we're very, very excited. We've got lots of positive feedback from our beta customers, and I'll show you how it all works here together. So MiaProva has been really, really successful in the optimization, personalization management space because it was rooted. It was founded based on helping organizations scale. Given my expertise of Adobe Target and Adobe Analytics, I did some really cool things with the APIs to allow organizations to automate test results, to do alerting and risk mitigation, and we built on that. We've invested in integrations with other tools. We've got companies using Jira and Workfront, but using MiaProva for their optimization management. But we integrate. We can pull in those tickets and those issues from projects from Workfront and Jira. And then we've got the integrations with Team and Slack, which has been helpful for transparency and program visibility with the outbound notifications. So yeah, we love our ability to be open and connect to various tools and frame those connections in a way that helps programs scale and provide visibility into their testing and personalization efforts. And so this latest release, the incorporation of Gemini, has allowed organizations to do some pretty powerful things based off of the data being collected within Adobe Target, Adobe Analytics, Customer Journey Analytics, and GA4. Now, there is a concept in MiaProva called Journey. It's a little bit different from what you might be familiar with Customer Journey Analytics. And so let me kind of tie that connection and bring it home for everyone. So in MiaProva, this concept of Journey, okay, so you've got tons and tons of metrics in Adobe Analytics, CJA, or GA4. So what MiaProva does is it wants organizations to bucket those different metrics to automate the test results. So I'll show you for an example for a bank. So a bank has lots of different metrics that it has. It's got new accounts, whether you made a deposit, whether you funded the account, or you started in a new account or finished a new account registration, things like that. And there's a whole bunch of different metrics that are available within Adobe Analytics, bounce rate, page consumption, you name it. There's a lot of different things that can be available to use when you want to look at analyze your particular test. And so what MiaProva does is we have this concept of journeys. And what we do is, using Adobe Analytics as for an example, you would create a journey in MiaProva called prospects. And then you would associate the metrics that mean the most for that particular journey. Same thing for customers. Really, the applications are endless. I'll show you for an example how this all kind of comes together within MiaProva now. So here I am in MiaProva. I've got all of my integrations that are in place. You can see the new Gemini integration right there. So under Reports, Adobe Target, I'm going to use Adobe for this component within here. So I defined my journeys within here. So I've got all of these different journeys in place. And so now I can associate any of my metrics that are associated with that particular journey. So I'll jump over here to Reports. You can see we got lots of different things going on in here, but I want to use this one here. I want to use the MiaProva Report Suite. So all of my segments from Adobe Analytics are available. So everything is within here. Any of your metrics, calculated metrics, you name it, everything is in here for you to use. So what we're doing here is we're configuring MiaProva to say, okay, anytime you detect a new test, default to this view, this perspective based off of the data. And if the journey, right, you can configure your own journeys within here, you can tell MiaProva to default to different metrics from Adobe Analytics. And so this is incredibly helpful. So if organizations have dozens and dozens of tests that are running, they can easily jump here and they can see, okay, we're defaulting to these metrics or those metrics. I'll jump to here. So we've got this journey, add to cart manager, so it defaults to certain metrics. And so this has been incredibly helpful for organizations as they launch their tests to have MiaProva default to those particular metrics within there. So really, really helpful for that. Now, this journey recommendations feature within here, let's say I've got this A for T audit. This is real-time reporting. You can see some of the alerting services that MiaProva kicks in, including detecting that there's sample ratio mismatch for this particular test. So here, this is based off of real data from Adobe Analytics. And so this is the new journey recommendations feature, where within here you get a high-level analysis, but then we provide 3 additional kind of perspectives. This is based off of customer feedback. So analyst deep dive, executive briefs, and a learning first lens. And so now automatically for any test that you're running, whether it's based off of Adobe data, Adobe Target, A for T, CJA data, it's available for you to use. So this is my Adobe Target account where I have various tests that are running. You can see here I'm pulling in metrics from Adobe right now. This test has been live since 2020, so it'll probably take a couple seconds. You can see there. And then boom, I'll get recommendations based off of this particular test. And so it's been very exciting. The feedback that we've gotten from our beta customers has been quite exciting. And so it's available for general availability as of now. And like I said, there's going to be a lot of additional enhancements and new features coming. But very excited to get this out there. And thank you so much for watching.